Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending in what part of the world you are. We have people joining us from the Philippines, from China, from Brazil, from Colombia. So thank you guys for joining our open day here in Adelaide. My name is Diana and I'm part of the marketing team here. And it's a huge pleasure to have you all here to talk a little bit about our school. So today we are answering a lot of questions about our courses, about our school. So thank you so much for taking time to join us today. We are going to watch some videos about our campus tour. So you are going to get to know a little bit more about Alliance and what we offer here in Adelaide. So let's start with a little bit of information about our school. Alliance College is a training provider. We have been in the market for 42 years. We were one of the first schools of cookery and hospitality here in South Australia. And at the moment, we are offering cookery, hospitality. Also, we are offering courses in automotive, carpentry, English, and business. So we have everything under the umbrella. We are located in Adelaide and in Sydney as well. We have around more than 50 nationalities in our campus at the moment. And we have been, we are a very big provider here in Adelaide, and we were a finalist for the South Australian awards, training awards. So that's a huge, thing in our resume. So thank you so much for joining us. But before starting to have this discussion with the trainers, first we are going to watch a video from V. She's one of our commercial cookery students, and she's going to talk about more her experience here in Alliance as a student. So thank you, and we hope you enjoy this video.
Hello everyone, my name is V and currently I'm a student at Adelaide College. I'm studying the Sub 3 and Sub 4 of Commercial Cookery here, and then the Diploma of Hospitality. I highly recommend you because the tuition fee is reasonable. It's not too much expensive compared to other college or uni about the cookery course for myself. So the second one is the studying timetable is very flexible because you only have 2 days a week to study, so you can spend the rest of the week to work to earn the money to pay all the fee while you're living and studying in Australia. And the third one is the highly recommend for you because the quality of education, the trainer and professor, they're very friendly and helpful. And if you have any question or any inquiries to want to ask them, they're gonna help you and support you as much as possible. So that's why I would like you to choose the Adelaide College to study when you come to Australia. Bye bye. Hope to see you soon.
So now I'm here with Scott. He's one of our cookery trainers. He's going to explain to us a little bit more about the course itself, about placements, about what we offer here in Alliance. So Scott, thank you for being here today with us.
No problem, my pleasure.
So first of all, Scott, I would like you to introduce yourself, talk a little bit more about your experience as a chef, as a trainer, so you can tell the audience about that.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, so I've been cooking now since I was 14, so almost 25 years I've been cooking. I worked in all parts of the cookery industry. I've worked in hotels, restaurants, resorts, casinos, cafes, all over the world. Worked in Europe, worked in different parts of Australia, worked in Queensland as well as South Australia. Worked in resorts that were specialising in seafood, some places like that, quite high-end stuff as well. And I've been training now for about 5 years. And also lots of keep in the industry as well, cooking, helping out friends and stuff like that as well.
Awesome, Scott. So now talking more about the course, what the students in Alliance will learn during their cookery course here in Alliance.
All right, so when they're doing the commercial cookery units, they learn a lot of the basic skills of how to be employable in a kitchen. So basic things like hygiene, safety, things like that. And then once they've got a bit of a basis, we learn into more of the practical side of things. So, more delicious side of things, a bit more fun than hygiene. So meat, poultry, seafood, learning how to do cakes, pastries, different desserts, things like that. Also, part of our training restaurant, they get to do a live restaurant services. They do breakfast, lunch, dinner, things like that. And they get to feed paying customers to get a real taste of what it is like in the industry.
Awesome, Scott. So now that you mentioned that we have a training restaurant, can you please explain a little bit more and talk about our facilities, the equipment that we have here for the commercial students, commercial cookery students here in Adelaide?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're very lucky here. Now we have 4 commercial cookery kitchens for training. So we have 2 brand new kitchens that opened this year. And then we've got one here on level 2, which is our original kitchen, which is an induction sort of kitchen using electric, real good introduction kitchen for students. So it's not so scary. We get to start our lessons off. And then we've got our other kitchens, which are a bit more like commercial kitchens that you might see in the industry. And they've got the gas stoves and the big ovens and things like that. And that's where Oui Chef, which is our training restaurant, has. So that's set up as a training kitchen, but it's also leaning towards more being for a restaurant as well.
Perfect. So Scott, some of our people that is joining our call may not know that vocational placement is a huge part of the training. So can you please explain a little bit more what it is about? What kind of agreements do we have? What we do for the students to get their vocational placement?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few different ways that we do it. So as part of the course, Certificate 3 in Commercial Cookery, students need to complete a unit that's called Work Effectively as a Cook. And basically with that one, the students will need to complete the breakfast, lunch and dinner services at Oui Chef. Plus they'll also need to supplement that with industry experience. So that could be at a restaurant that they currently work at or one of our industry partners that we can assist in connecting them with. And they'll do generally 360 hours of industry experience as part of that unit.
Awesome, Scott. So you have been training for 5 years, you told us that, right?
Yes.
So in your experience, why students should join our cookery course?
Well, one of the main reasons that I feel makes Alliance a little bit different to maybe some of the others is the people. So our trainers, we've got 9 trainers at the moment. I would say, as a guess, well over 100 years of cooking experience between them. So that's something that you can't just buy.
Yeah.
And they've got different experience in different parts of the industry. So yeah, that's probably the main draw for me. Yeah, the people. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So Scott, there's something else that you want to add, something that you consider that is important to mention to our future and actually current students in Alliance?
Yeah, I believe that touching on what we've said about with the trainers that we have and things like that, what we can offer now is really getting students ready for the industry. It's not just about getting the certificate; it's about having them employable. So I feel like our trainers go that sort of extra mile to help students with their resumes, explain things that might not be in the curriculum about what are the employers looking for at the moment that might not be in a curriculum. We know people in the industry. We can connect people and things like that as well.
Awesome, Scott. So thank you so much for your time.
No,
thank you so much for your explanation. So now, next we are having our trainee manager, Erica, explaining you a little bit more about hospitality. So we are going to have a video about behind the scenes from our cookery course. So now I would like to introduce you to our training manager, Erica. She's also a hospitality professional. So she's going to talk to us about our hospitality program. Erica, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So first, I would like you to introduce yourself, talking about your experience, all the things that you have done in the industry. So
So I'm Erica. I've been at the college here for 8 years, but I've actually been in hospitality / kind of customer service for just under 20 years. I worked out this morning and it was a bit daunting when I came up with the numbers. I've been in the industry ever since a very young age, and I had that real passion for it. Most of my background comes from 5-star hotels. So I've been lucky to do that here in Adelaide and also overseas. So I was based in a very boutique hotel in Paris for a year. But then, I've come back here, and then I've ventured out from hotels and done some restaurant work and cafe work. And in that time, I learned that I really liked training people and developing those policies and procedures, which led me to being a trainer here at Alliance College.
awesome, Erica. So I think one of the main things that people do not understand is that you don't actually need to be a chef to become a hospitality professional. Can you please explain to us a little bit more about that? Mm-hmm.
So hospitality kind of consists of 2 main sectors. So in our language, we say front of house and back of house, so FOB and BOH. So front of house is the hospitality side of things, is the management side of it, the running of day-to-day, just the face-to-face contact dealings with the customer. So it can be anything from a waiter to a bartender to a barista. But ultimately, our diploma project encompasses all of that, as well as all the management skills to run the day-to-day business.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. So one of the great things that also Scott mentioned is that we have a training restaurant ourselves. So can you please talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
What we offer that? What's the experience that we offer to students?
So honestly, I think having Oui Chef as our training restaurant is a real blessing for our students. We actually have set it up as well. I wouldn't even say as real as we can be. It is actually real. So it's live bookings. Real customers can book in from any walk of life, and then we get to showcase breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even the difference between buffet or set menu or a la carte. And honestly, it's just a really good environment for students to practice their skills in a controlled learning environment, and then they do have to do multiple shifts there. So our students do a few shifts there. So over the time period that they're with us, because it is kind of like a practical classroom. So throughout the end of it, then they'll have learnt the skills that they need to be able to do it on their own.
Thank you, Erica. So now we have 2 separate programs. We have Cookery and we also have hospitality. I would like you to explain to our audience more about what the student that will join just the hospitality program will learn during this, this course.
So currently it's set up as a 3-part stage. So the diploma hospitality, the first stage is mostly just the food and beverage electives. So we teach them all the core skills that they would need in a face-to-face environment. So food and beverage, which is waiter skills, bartender skills, barista skills, customer service. Also teach them how to do the cash handling, till reconciliations and all of that as well. And then the next part is more of the supervisory subjects. So people management, managing and looking after rosters or staff. And then towards the end is actually running the business. So giving them all the core skills of what laws you've got to be aware of and so forth.
Yes. Thank you. So vocational placements is also a big part of this course. Can you please talk about this process, our partners here in Adelaide?
So like Cookery trainer Scott had just said, the hospitality does require them to do the 36 shifts. Most of that is actually covered within our program where they can do it at Oui Chef, but they do have the opportunity, and we do encourage the opportunity for them to work with one of our partners or their chosen workplace as well to build on those skills.
So, what else? What do you think our students should choose Alliance to do hospitality programs?
A couple of reasons. One, I do actually think we've got one of the best facilities in South Australia, and that was recognised with the finalist awards that we just had this year. Also, where we are in the CBD, which a lot of other providers are not in the CBD. We are also one of the main providers that do give real hands-on elective choices other than very theoretical components. So it kind of makes it more usable skills for them. But ultimately, hospitality, if you're really not sure what you want to do, the hospitality management program allows you to have a business management degree qualification that's transferable into any industry.
Yeah.
And then they've always got the opportunity to do advanced diploma after the diploma, which then really that is basically very, very similar to the business one. But they're, the business plan, their marketing plan and HR plan as well. So we can really set them up for anything.
The career. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So would you like to add something important that you think is important to mention to our future students?
No, I think just study and well, I'll go back to my reasoning for hospitality is if you genuinely really like working with customers, working with people, because that's what I found from a very young age, because I just worked in fast food as my first job. And I'm like, oh, what's my career pathway with this? But I love people, love being in a fast environment. And I found that hospitality was the best pick for me. And then honestly, you just never know where the direction's going to go. Because even me now, I'm in a training manager role, looking after a school, but all the skills I learned from hospitality has helped me probably even make me better at the job that I've got now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. So now, before our automotive trainer will join this call, we are going to see a little video about our functions in Oui Chef. Thank you.
We were gold, kind of dream that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't. Built a home and watched it burn. I didn't want to leave you, I didn't want to lie. Started to cry, but then remembered
So welcome back. And I want to introduce to you our automotive trainer, Alvin. Hello. So basically, he's going to talk about a little bit about our program, also about his experience in the automotive industry. So Alvin, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
Awesome. Alvin, so I just want you to introduce yourself, to talk a little bit about your experience in the industry and also as a trainer here in Alliance.
Okay, so in Australian automotive industry, I got 6 years experience, 4 years in dealership, 2 years in small workshop, and I got a couple of years of experience back in my home country. And I do have teaching experience roughly almost 2 years in Alliance College.
Yes. So Alvin, you have been already working with us for 2 years. Can you please talk about what the students will learn during their automotive course? You know, how's the structure, what kind of skills they're going to gain during this time?
Okay, obviously, students will learn anything about cars, so mainly the mechanical parts. And yeah, we got so many things there. We got engines, we got 3 hoists at the moment. In the future, we're gonna have another 2 hoists, and hopefully a wheel aligner as well. So student will learn steering and suspension adjustment with that wheel aligner machine, And yeah, we do have a couple of engines as well, transmission that students can pull it apart, have a look what's inside, and yeah, take some measurements, put it back together and try to find out what's wrong with it.
Perfect, Alvin. So it's very important to mention that our automotive workshop is not in the CBD. It's basically outside the CBD. So let's talk about the facility, what you have there, how they do theory and also practicals there. So let's talk about the facility itself. Yeah.
Yes, so our workshop is located at 659 Port Road. It's a bit up north, a little bit. And yes, like I said before, we got 3 hosts at the moment. I haven't mentioned about the practical car, and we got more practical cars now. So we have 7 in total. they are quite unique one to another. So yeah, it's going to be good for students to have a look. Something that is not really common in Australia.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Alvin. So also let's talk about a little bit why students should join our automotive course in Alliance.
Okay, I can say it's because the facility that we have, we quite proud with our setup, workshop setup. We got a really good feedback with the workshop that, you know, we got so many things that students can get their hands onto it. So students can experience more with anything related to car.
Perfect. So they also do vocational placement during their course?
Yes, correct. And yes, we do have partners with more than a dozen workplaces in South Australia, in Adelaide. And students are welcome to have, you know, their own choice if they want to. But yeah, if they don't have any choice or they don't have any place that they want to go, they can contact us and then we're gonna place them to one of the workshops here.
Awesome, Alvin. So would you like to add something important that you need to mention about our automotive course here in Alliance?
Probably not, because honestly, I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but yeah, I can say maybe welcome. And yeah, if you join Alliance College Automotive, you probably will get the best training so far in South Australia. And they said in Australia, I guess. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
So now, just to like prove that you are right, we are going to show you a video about a campus tour from our automotive workshop.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on?
So welcome back. Now I would like to introduce to you Julian. Julian is our carpentry trainer. We also have a carpentry course here in Alliance that is brand new, right, Julian?
That's correct.
Yes. So Julian, I would like to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your experience, not only as a trainer, but also as a carpenter.
So hi, my name's Julian. I've been a carpenter for the last 13 years. I've been a trainer for the last 5 years, and I've had various experiences in the residential construction industry. I've worked overseas for a short period of time, so I've seen how things are done differently. Yeah.
Awesome, Julian. So also as our automotive workshop, we have a separate facility for carpentry.
That's
so
correct.
Can you please talk about the equipment that we have there, the facility itself, to explain that to our students?
So we're actually about to expand our workshop probably by the end of the year. So we're in the process of expanding. The workshop setup we have at the moment is quite good, I'd like to think. We've got all the tools and equipment that is needed to undertake the course. And as mentioned, we're expanding, so we're increasing the capacity of our tools of equipment and the space that any interested carpentry students will be working in.
Awesome. So Julian, sometimes, I work as a marketer as well. So I get a lot of questions about why carpentry? Why? Because especially from, South American students, they quite don't understand why it is so important, carpentry, in the building industry here in
Carpentry, well, in Australia, carpentry is the kind of the foundation of the construction industry, generally speaking, unlike other parts of the world. Most carpenters are kind of generalists, and that kind of, how do you say it, connects with other parts of construction. So most general builders, I would say 90 to 95% of general builders start off as carpenters. So that's kind of the foundation where most people kind of branch off into other avenues of the construction industry.
Yes, thank you so much, Julian. Also, what our students will learn during their course?
So what students will learn is various aspects of residential carpentry and residential general construction. So that goes from building wall frames, roof frames, floor frames, concreting, second fix carpentry, which is more the kind of more refined kind of carpentry skills. Yeah, a lot of different aspects of general carpentry and general building.
Awesome, Julian. So why students should join our carpentry course?
Why should students join carpentry? Well, I guess for any interested students who are hands-on, very manual, like to be outside, like physical work, like making things. For those kind of people, I think that's what they should do the course. I think they'll get a lot out of it.
So carpentry is basically a brand new course for Alliance. But would you like to explain a little bit also about vocational placement? It's also a big component from the course. So, you know, do you want to talk about that?
So the vocational placement, from what I understand, is students will be given a whole term to do vocational placement. Now, I understand that that can be substituted if any students are currently working or are about to work in the construction industry. That placement can be substituted by those nominal hours that you work as your day-to-day job.
Awesome. Thank you, Julian. So there's something that you would like to add, would you like to mention?
Yeah, so just continuing on from what you said there, if any students are undertaking the course, I could not strongly recommend that trying to find a job in the construction industry. You'll only enhance on your learning experience in the classroom and make you better understand what we do and why we do it. For those motivated students as well, you can have a quite good career path within construction. You can start from being a labourer, working your way all the way up to being a manager on a construction site, earning quite a generous salary. So for those students who are motivated and interested, you can have a very interesting career path within a construction industry.
Perfect, Julian. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us today. So adding to that, I would like to invite you guys to see this video about a campus tour in our carpentry workshop in Alliance.
Tu vem chegando pra brincar no meu quintal. Do teu cavalo feito no cabelo ao vento. Sol clarando nossas roupas no varal. Tu vens, eu já descobri teus sinais. Tu vens, eu já descobri teus sinais.
So now, last but not least, I would like to introduce to you to Dan. She is one of our trainers in the business course. So thank you so much for being here, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Dan, so I would like you to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about our business course here in Alliance.
Yep. So first of all, I'm Dan. So I'm a trainer and assessor for business here in Alliance College. So for business, we have 3 qualifications, if that's what you're after for. So we have the Diploma of Business here in Alliance College. We have the Advanced Diploma in Business Ed. Recently, we also offer the Graduate Diploma of Management Learning. So for all of those 3 qualifications, they have different levels of difficulties and all. So so we're catering into different international students, and we also have a domestic or traineeship program, but of course for the benefit of everyone overseas at the moment. So so we have 3 qualifications at the moment, and most of the units that we offer are very practical and I think useful to the business environment and all. And I think most people or individuals think that when they hear business, it's always about putting up their own business and all, but it's not actually like that. So if you will look at our units or our subjects, most of it is more on management and some, of course, leadership as well. So we have units or subjects that are like, say, easy subjects that such as managing a meeting, getting into more complicated or more complex subjects such as managing the finance of the business, managing the risk, or leading your team, or transformational change, and also those things, or how you develop business networks, how do you maintain relationship with your customers, and also it's a very flexible qualification.
Awesome. So I get asked a lot, how is the delivery of the business course? Because some people, while we were in the pandemic, there was online sessions, face-to-face. So how we do it here in Alliance?
So for business, it is very good, especially for vocational education, unlike maybe for uni, where you really need to come to the uni for the whole week. And also, I feel for vocational education, it's a bit flexible. So for those of you who are thinking of and contemplating, will I apply or enroll for a bachelor's degree versus a vocational education? I feel that vocational education is flexible in terms of, we normally have 20 hours average, study time for our students, 2 days normally face-to-face. But as you will know, we are a growing college. Like say we have also a branch or a campus in Sydney, and we also have some students in Sydney. So for those students, we also cater some Zoom sessions or online sessions and all. So so normally it's 2 days face-to-face, and they have their study time to do their assessments, and also it's a bit flexible. So they can pretty much do and use their additional 5 days of the week doing some other things that they want to work, and also
So then you mentioned before that our program is mainly focusing in management. So what I want you to explain a little bit more, elaborate a little bit more about that. So what our students will learn doing, the business course here in Alliance.
So some of our units are focused, let's say managing finance. So it's actually we try to contextualize or adjust our assessments in such a way that it will be useful for our students, like in a real workplace scenario, like how it is that we prepare a budget, for example. We also have some unit sets, say, for example, how to develop a business plan. So I think their writing skills is also enhanced in this qualifications. And we do a lot of practicals as well, such as presentations. And also, I think the communication skills of the students are also enhanced. We also have some risk, management courses, compliance courses, or change. Units, and also these things they learn in the class, and also I think it's very practical and useful in the workplace, and how to manage teams, and also especially for those who are already working and want to progress as well, because of course not all, we don't want to be staff forever. We want to keep on challenging ourselves and want to maximize our potential. And also it's not only for those who are fresh graduates from high school wanting to do vocational education, but it's also for those who wanted to progress in their position from a staff to supervisor, from supervisor to manager. So it's a good, I think, qualification for them to take, because it's very flexible in various industries, whether it's services, trading, manufacturing, you can make use of it. And whether you wanted to work in, say, human resource department, you want to work in, say, marketing, you want to work in the finance or risk and compliance department. So I feel it's very useful.
Awesome. So overall, why do you think that students should choose our business?
Our business. So if I am an international student, for example, thinking of enrolling, I would first of all consider probably the college where I wanted to enroll. So as you will know, Alliance College is a 42-year-old college already. So it's an evidence that it's been in the industry for a long time. So I would like to be associated with a college that has a reputation already. Second, I think our materials and our assessments and all the units that we deliver, we try to screen and vet them properly, that will be suitable for our students, that they can use in the workplace. And we try to adjust also our assessments in such a way that it's really practical and all. So I think it's a very good venue for them to improve their skills and also. And also here in Australia, of course, if they are thinking of not only working in their country, but going global. So I think it's a very good venue also for you to come here in Australia, and especially here in South Australia. So it's a beautiful place. It's one of the best cities, I think, in the world to live. So apart from studying, you will have that maybe holiday feel and all. So yeah, so I think that's probably the reason. Plus, of course, the skills and the knowledge of all our trainers combined, not only the business, but everyone in our college. I mean, we brainstorm and we put together all our skills and our knowledge. So I hope that they can benefit from that. So
Thank you, Dan. So would you like to add something else, something that you think is important for our students to know?
yep, so for everyone overseas, so I just wanted to probably invite you all and communicate with our very energetic marketing team if you are ever wanting to consider taking up business and other courses that we have here. So we have the great team here in Alliance College. So just connect with them, and also, yeah, I hope to all see you here in Adelaide and here in Alliance College.
Awesome.
Yep.
So thank you so much
Thank you
for your
so
time.
much.
That was
Yep.
very good.
Thank you.
Well, actually, we would like also to invite our viewers to do like a campus tour. So I'm going to share with you some videos about our Alliance College campus. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today in our Open Day online session.
Audio.